right, good morning. This is what we're working with. This is my morning reading, so 2.1, which is pretty high. So yeah, I jumped on the scale this morning and we are down a half a pound, which is great. So yeah, let's get into this full day of eating. So in here I have a tablespoon of Carrie's butter. I have, not this one, sorry. I have a scoop of the Perfect Keto Vanilla MCT powder. And in here, then I have 30 grams of half and half. You can use heavy cream. I'm using half and half because that's what I have. And then I take my little milk frother, and before I add like a whole cup, I will pour some hot coffee over the butter and then the other ingredients, and I froth it all together so the butter can be melted by the warm coffee. And then once I get everything really frothy and ready to go, then I fill up my coffee the rest of the way. So here is my first thing I guess I eat. I am not fasting right now. So it's 7:30 and my first thing I'm going to have is my bulletproof coffee. So good morning, cheers, and let's get this full day started. I am getting ready to make myself my first meal. It's like 10:45 and I'm starting to get a little hungry. We just came back from the grocery store. So I'm going to take about 60 grams of this shredded mozzarella cheese. So yeah, 7 grams of fat, less than 1 carb, 6 grams of protein. So Rhea's watching TV. So yeah, so I'm going to take about 60 grams of that. And I'm going to mix it with this. This is lean shredded beef and beef broth. Leo picks this up from Costco. It's fully cooked, ready to eat, but I just fry it up. And the macros are really good. It's 4 grams of fat, less than 1 carb, and 5 grams of protein. And that's for about 2 ounces. I think I'm going to do about 3 ounces. And I'm going to have probably half of an avocado and a little bit of sour cream. And that will be our first meal. I'll enter everything into my phone and then I'll show you how it looks. So here is how that meat looks. It kind of comes like a little chunky. And I'm just going to fry it up in this pan and then get it nice and crispy, and then I'm going to top it with the cheese and kind of do like a crisp with it and do a little sour cream. But it's actually really good. How much was that bag, dude?
I can't remember. I think it's like $9 or $10.
So $9 or $10, but it's a lot. It will last you like a really long time. Let me show you it again just in case, so if you guys wanted to kind of take a screenshot.
So 3 pound bag.
It's 3 pounds. So let me see. Yeah, so 3 pounds. And it's in the refrigerated section.
No, it's not refrigerated.
No?
No.
Where do they find it?
Shelf stable, so it's gonna be...
You know what? It'll probably be by like where they have like the tuna and stuff like that.
Yes.
In that aisle. So yeah, so it'll be on the shelf, and then, you know, this will be really good for easy meal prep. Look, they have like taco recipes if you wanted to do that. But it's very tasty, and then it's pretty filling too. So that's what it looks like. It is the Samco lean shredded beef and beef broth, product of Brazil. And the macros are pretty great. So yeah, easy. So we're gonna cook that up and then we'll dump in that cheese and I'll show you everything when it's done. So here is my little meal here. So that's 3 ounces of that shredded beef with 60 grams of that mozzarella. This is 15 grams of Daisy sour cream and half of an avocado and a couple of jalapeno slices. And that is my first meal, my friends. I'm drinking some water, you know, that electrolyte water that I always drink. But yeah, this is going to be so good. I was making it and Leo's like, yeah, make me one. That looks bomb. So here is our first meal. I'm going a little light today because we are cooking today, so we're gonna have like a really good dinner, and I wanted to kind of save up some of my fats and carbs and, you know, all the things. So here is first meal of the day. Okay, so I want to show you guys kind of what my macros are looking like so far for the day. As you can remember, I had the bulletproof coffee, and then I just have that I find that similar to like the Taco Bell like Gordita Crunch. If you guys wanted to wrap it in a low carb shell, that would be legit like a Gordita Crunch, but this is like my version, and it's very, very good. And it's very filling. So it's 77 grams of fat. I go to about 140, 150 grams per day. 40 of protein. I do about 70, 75. And then I stay below 20 carbs, okay? So these are the new macros that I've been following. I will list them down below. I'm going really basic keto. You know, I will explain it down below how I'm choosing my macros. This is how I'm doing. And my results have been really, really well. I've been able to consistently lose weight throughout these last few weeks that I've been doing it. So it's working for me. And yeah, so I have my bulletproof coffee. I went ahead and used this is the Carb Manager app. I go ahead and build a recipe. If you guys don't know, you just hit that little plus thing, hit new, and then you can build a recipe. And then that mozzarella cheese, which had 2 carbs. I had 72 grams of an avocado. I had 1 tablespoon of sour cream, and then 3 ounces of that meat. So there you go. That's what we're looking like today. And that is a perfect keto gram there. So, all right, I will check with you guys. Dinner tonight is going to be really, really good. I'm making a recipe for the first time, and we're gonna do some fathead, like pigs in a blanket. So it's gonna be really good. Today's Sunday, so easy food, good family time. You know how that goes. But all right, I'll check with you guys later. So I'm going to start making the like Mexican corn elote. So basically I'm just going to use, I bought 3 cans, but I'm only going to use 2 just because what if we don't like it, and then I'm going to be stuck with this stuff, and you know. So I'm going to I'm kind of winging this. I'm doing it like my own way because that's how we do it around here. So I'm dumping them into here. You know what, I might actually just add the 3rd can. I'm going to chop these though because they're really big. This is going to be very, very, very low carb. So 7 carbs off the bat for the corn, okay? So, and then the mayo's gonna be free. So we don't have to worry about that. I'm just gonna rinse them. The mayo's gonna be free. So we don't have to worry about that. A little bit of butter. So the butter will be free. This will actually be more fat than anything. And then the seasoning will be free as well. So when I seen Deborah do it, she did add some corn or some sugar to it. I'm not doing that, but you know, that's the way she do it. So we have our corn right here, and I'm just gonna start just cutting them because they're really big. I don't want them that big. So just gonna start dicing them up, and I'm tossing them into a pan because I'm going to just kind of cook them down a little bit, just so they don't have that like taste. So we'll cook them down just a little bit, and yeah, so just to make them a little bit softer. But I'm excited because I haven't had, so you could tell that I cut them, so there looks like a lot more in here because they are pretty big. Leo tried them, he said it tastes fine, but I just want to make them just a smidgen softer. You know, if you've ever had these before, they are got a really good crunch. So we're gonna let these sit, just get a little bit tender, maybe, you know, 5-8 minutes or so, not too long. But we're gonna get our other ingredients to kind of show you what we're going to do, because once these cook up, I'm gonna dump them, and then they're gonna go in a bowl, and then we're gonna start adding our ingredients. So these are starting to like low boil, so I'm going to shut them off. Again, I just wanted to cook them to kind of just soften them up a smidgen, nothing too crazy. I'm going to dump these into my strainer. I'm gonna rinse them so they cool off. Just so, I probably won't rinse them. I'm just gonna dump them in my strainer, and then we will start adding our ingredients. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start. These are done. So me and Leo were talking, and I see a lot of people, some people will make their corn with sour cream, and they'll add the crumbly cheese. Leo and myself, we both grew up on the south side of Chicago. We never had it like that. I'm going to make it for you the way we've had it, the traditional way that we've had it growing up. And yeah, so what we are going to use, the butter first. I'm gonna take some butter, and it wasn't Carrie's butter. It was that butter in the blue squeeze jar. Is the kind they use. Parquet? Yeah, it was Parquet butter. And that's what they use. So right here we have a tablespoon of butter, of Carrie's butter. This is like the bougie way now. The elote man would be so offended if he see me using this stuff. But yeah, they used to use, so you would see them, they would push carts, and usually they would be out in like the churches or the shopping centers on the weekends. And they would have like cups of fruit, or they would have the corn. And they would put it on it. Sometimes you can get it in a cup. I used to like it better in the cup, but you would get it on a stick, and they would just take the butter, it would be on a stick, the corn, and they would coat it with the butter. And then he would take a big paddle with the mayonnaise, and he would coat it with the mayonnaise. And then he would take your Parmesan, and he would coat it with that, and put a little chili powder on it. And that's how you walked out with that corn. And you had a little bit of lime juice on there as well. There was never anything else fancy like that. And it was $1. How much was yours? $1?
No.
And it was like that shit was so filled though. It was like a meal. It was really, really good. So I don't know. It's kind of nice to bring back a little bit. The kids like them, but my mother-in-law doesn't let them get corn off the corn man cart. So anyways, you're just gonna stir all the stuff in there until the butters are melted, okay? I'm gonna take a half of a lime and I'm gonna squeeze it in here. I have to go easy with the lime because if you guys are new here, Leo doesn't like things too limey like I do. I like them very limey. Next up is your mayonnaise. So I'm going to actually put the bowl on the scale just so I know how much we're using. So when I make my recipe, I want to do 2 tablespoons and we'll see how that does. So 26. That was definitely, there you go. You might have to add more, but I just like to be able to control it. Yeah, we're gonna need more. But we also don't like it, we don't like it very, like coated with mayonnaise either, like where it almost looks like oatmeal. I think this might be okay. You want a little bit more?
Oh, I'm good with that.
You good with that? That's good. All right, so 2 tablespoons. Again, if you like a lot of mayonnaise, go for more mayonnaise. And then right here we have our Parmesan. I'm going to also measure this. So we need, so 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons on here. I liked mine with a lot of Parmesan. Did you, Lee? So there we go. We're gonna mix it. I feel like we might have to put a little bit more mayonnaise because I don't think it's enough. I'm just gonna try a piece. I think just a little bit more mayonnaise. So it's gonna be a total of 3 tablespoons. There we go. So 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise altogether. Start off light with any of your dressings, guys, because it's so much easier to add than it is to take away. Okay? Then we're gonna take some chili powder. And that's pretty much how it looks, right? All right. So let's give it a whirl. So this is how our elote came out. So Mexican street corn, whatever you want to call it. So it's just the little baby corns, some mayonnaise, some Parmesan, some butter, a little bit of lime, and some chili powder. And we're gonna let Leo try it out and see how it goes. Is the Parquet?
I don't know. I think so.
He wanted to use the Parquet butter. What do you think? It's a good substitute or what?
That's a good substitute for not being able to have the real thing.
But you just wanted that greasy blue squeeze jar of Parquet butter. Look, guys, when we were at the store, he wanted to get the squeeze jug of that butter, And I wouldn't let him get it. He's like, that's how you really do it. We're not gonna do it like that. So, but I think it's good. Let me try. Well, that was a big old spoonful. All right, I'm gonna try it. That's freaking good. That corn is like perfect too.
A little salt.
Leo added a little bit of salt. Add a little bit of salt, guys, if you want. But man, that is very good. So all right, there you go. Let's work on our side there. Brea, you want to try a bite of this? It's elote.
Oh.
It's good? Yeah?
Yeah.
It's keto. No, it's like super low carb.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, there you go. All right, well, that's like a side for dinner, so let's not eat it all. All right, let's start on our fathead bread. So I'm going to start on my fathead dough. Fathead dough, guys, is super, super easy. Literally the easiest thing you will probably ever make. Right here, I have like 1 3/4 cups of mozzarella cheese, and then I have 2 ounces of Philly cream cheese. Always go with the Philly cream cheese, guys, because it's only 1 carb in opposed to 2 other brands. You're gonna put this in the microwave for about a minute until it melts, and then we will add the rest of the ingredients, but this is the easiest thing you're ever gonna make, I promise. So here is what our mozzarella cream cheese mixture looks like. And you just kind of mix everything up. And you can see it's already forming like a doughy consistency. Okay. You see what I did here? You see what I did? All right, next we're taking almond flour, 3/4 of a cup. 1 egg. Boom. We're going to mix this together. So after you get everything all mixed, I'm going to give you some of the best advice that no one ever gave me when I first made this. Always, 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 if you're going to flatten this out, use parchment paper. Not wax paper, not your hands. This stuff is super tacky and super sticky, and it makes the biggest mess. So you could wet your hands a little bit. I used to do that, but definitely use the parchment paper trick. It makes it a heck of a lot easier, and it gets your job done a lot nicer. So we're gonna make sure everything is mixed together nicely. There's no clumps, no chunks, all that mess, and then we will start. We are using the Vienna hot dogs. I don't know if I told you that today, but those are 1 carb each. Be careful with your hot dogs, because some of them do have the have carbs, like a lot of them. So just gotta be careful. But yeah. So we're gonna have these. This is like Sunday football food. We didn't feel like really making a big dinner, and Leo's watching football all day, and I'm like doing some stuff around the house, you know, laundry, cleaning. So kind of easy foods to throw together. And if you were feeding for company, this would be great too. So yeah, so Leo's doing his jalapeno poppers. I don't know if I'm gonna have any of those, honestly, guys. I had one a couple weeks ago and it like burnt up my mouth, and I kind of just don't want any more at this point, but they are a really good option too. And I know everybody does them, but yeah, so. All right, let me finish this up and we'll be back. So we have it on here. I'm going to preheat my oven at 355 degrees, 350. I say 55? 350 degrees. Sorry, my bad. And yeah, so we're gonna let that preheat. We're gonna get another thing of parchment paper. And we're gonna start kind of just pressing this out and and smoothing it. If you guys had I do think I do have a rolling pin. Look at what I found. So we're gonna roll it out. We have 2 packs of hot dogs, okay? So we're going to want this dough to kind of go a long way. You can see how it sticks already. So I just want to roll it out like up here on the top. It's got too much. So I want to try to bring it back. And then bring it this way. Because if you make it too thin, it's gonna rip. You can use this same crust or dough for your pizzas too, which I do. and it's very good. I do like a few things different with my pizzas just to make sure my crust gets real crispy because I like a crispy crust. But nonetheless, I use this these ingredients. Fathead dough is pretty much all the same. So we have 12 hot dogs. I want to make 12 thingies, or like 12 strips, because I'm going to literally wrap them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not wasteful, so I'm taking that top piece of that parchment paper. I'm gonna put it right here. And let's open up these hot dogs. This piece right here. So because it is cheesy, you can like stretch it. And I'm just going to wrap, I'm gonna wrap the wiener. That's what she said. Everybody loves The Office. What are you talking about? Okay, so there is one of them. Okay, so here are our, like, what do they call them? Pigs in a blanket. So I'm gonna throw these into the oven for about 30 minutes. So I did not cook the hot dogs before I wrap them, okay? So you guys do as you like, but we're gonna do this for 30 minutes and we're just gonna kind of watch them. We're gonna watch them get real fluffy and crispy because that's the way we like them around here. So yeah, 20-30 minutes or so, depending on your oven. You know, mine always takes a little bit longer than everybody else's. But all right, here we go. Leo's gonna start on his jalapeno poppers, so we'll see what he's making. And we're trying to fight the kids off from eating our salad. So, all right, check on you in a minute. Okay, so here are Leo's jalapeno poppers. There's 6 of them, or 12 of them, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, yeah. So what he did this time was he took 6 ounces of the Kraft cream cheese and he cut up, I think, 3 or 4 pieces of bacon and fried them. And then he took the cream cheese and a little bit of Parmesan cheese and he mixed it all together. And then he's just going to, instead of like wrapping them, he made it almost like bacon. He made it almost like bacon bits inside of here. And then he's gonna toss it into the oven. Our hot dogs, our pigs in the blanket, are almost done. You can see they're starting to puff up. So I already had my serving of the elote, like that elote salad, the corn salad. So we already had that. But I'm going to have 2 of those pigs in the blanket, and I'm going to have 1 of the jalapeno poppers, and I'm going to have a coffee. That's going to basically wrap up my day. But I want to show you guys how my macros are looking. So I know some people, but like I told you, I'm going for high fat. I aim between, like, you know, 150, 160. That's good for me, okay? Because that's where kind of I want to be as weight wise. So I have 160 grams of fat today, 11 carbs. The total carbs is 26, which isn't bad. So 11 carbs, 20 grams of protein. I'm going to have another serving of the Bulletproof coffee after bed, like around like 6 or 7. I like to just kind of relax after dinner and have a hot cup of coffee. It's just like the mom in me. You know, this is all the stuff I had. The mozzarella with the avocado, the sour cream, and that shredded beef. And then I went to my recipe builder. You guys remember, you hit the little plus sign and then you hit plus new and you build your recipe. I made the elote salad or whatever. Elote, it's like, I don't know, corn. And for my serving, I did it for 5 servings, so it's 2 carbs per serving, 121 calories. I served myself 1. 2 pigs in the blanket, 4 carbs, 433 calories, and 1 jalapeno popper, 1 gram of carb, and 40 calories. So that is going to wrap up that day. I'll show you my plate and everything, but I wanted to make sure I showed you guys my carb manager. This is the Carb Manager app. How I figured out my macros. I know people are gonna get ask me that. So basically, I take like what my goal weight is, and say like 150, 160 pounds. That's going to be my fat goal, and then I'm going to divide that into half, and that will be my my grams of protein. So 160 and half is like 80 grams of protein, and then no more than 20 net carbs a day. So I'm doing really, really well. I've been seeing lots of results, and we have been testing. So we've been, you know, between what did I wake up this morning at a 2, and then I checked it again and it was like 1.3. So as long as it's over a 1, I feel that I am on the right track, and then I know that, you know, I'll wake up tomorrow and the scale will agree with me. So here you go. And then I've also been drinking these Walmart Hydrate electrolyte waters. Love these. They're 98 cents. I think they're really great. I also really like the ones from Whole Foods. Those ones are really good too. So make sure you're drinking lots of water, guys. Lots and lots of water. So when dinner's ready, I will plate it up and I will show you. Here's how they came out. So you can see they got really nice and crispy. We ended up doing them for like 28 minutes. Those peppers smell really hot. Yeah, so here they are. They look really, really good. Here is Leo's plate. So he's gonna have some of that corn and 2 of the pigs in the blanket, and then we're still waiting on the jalapeno poppers. So he's setting them to broil right now so they get real crispy. But yeah, so I'm gonna have 2 of these and then a jalapeno popper, and that's going to be my dinner. But yeah, so I thought these came out looking, these would legit look like pastry puffs. You can do so many different variations with this, guys. So if you guys are interested in seeing how else I use this fathead dough, let me know down below. We can really get into the gist of it. Let me know if you're gonna try out this corn salad. Elote is pretty much what they call it. But if you guys wanna try it out, it's really, really good. Definitely hits that spot, that nostalgia spot for us. How do you like the pigs in the blanket? They're good? You like the breading? It's good? You'll have it again? Oh, you're so vocal. All right, here are those jalapeno poppers. So Leo set them to broil. I think they look really, really good. So I'm gonna have one. They smell hot, so hopefully they don't like kill me. But which one should I have? I'm gonna go with this one right here. I'm gonna try this one out, and then, oh, it's still really hot. So I'm gonna have that one, and then I will let you know if I survive. So I wanted to show you guys, this is how I pack Leo's lunch. So I sent him, he gets up early, so he got 3 of the hot dogs wrapped. He got a little serving of the corn and some jalapeno poppers. We still have some extra corn for Rhea for school, and we still have quite a few of the hot dogs left with the jalapeno poppers as well. So enough for leftovers, because you guys know I'm all about leftovers. And this week I'm lucky enough that I don't have to cook big meals because Leo is off after tomorrow. So no leftovers needed. So we're going to be cooking smaller this week, but I have a really good recipe I'm going to make on Tuesday. So I can't wait to share that one with you guys. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to make myself my coffee, and you guys seen how I made it this morning. Very, very simple. If you guys want to see like step-by-step how I do it, then feel free to let me know down below in the next video. I would surely do that. And also let me know down below if it's really helping you guys to see me checking and monitoring like the ketones throughout the day, if that's kind of giving you kind of an idea of how I've been doing it. I've been ending my day with bulletproof coffee, so I've been doing like 1 to 2 a day. It's just working. Or if I don't feel like for a coffee, like a bulletproof coffee, and if I don't have the fats left, I'll just do the base, the perfect keto base, and just do that instead and just get the exogenous ketones. So yeah, that's just kind of how I did it. I did have the fat left, so that's why I went ahead and chose to do the bulletproof coffee. But all right, I'm going to wrap this video up. If you guys are new here, hey, what's up? My name is Danielle, and we do a little bit of everything around here. We do the keto thing quite a few times a week, and we also touch on everything that is anything in your everyday life. I would love for you to stick around. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, join the crew. It's a good place to be. We real friends around here, and yeah, it's a fun time. So if you guys are interested in getting, I think I do have a link for that keto meter if you want to check one out. There's a link down below. Save yourself some cash. Go ahead and get yourself one, and all those things. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and relax on this Sunday, and you know, watch some TV and do the things. But all right, guys, I love you so much, and I will see y'all in the next one. Take it easy, friends.